Now, the coronation of King Charles and Queen Camilla is drawing closer and is shaping up to be another drama-packed family reunion. Even though Harry and Meghan have received their invitation, it seems they're still not happy. In the usual style of the couple, they've issued a long list of demands for the event. The Sussexes are demanding their children be in attendance and have also requested a place on the Buckingham Palace balcony alongside the working royals. Joining me now is writer for The Spectator, Cara Kennedy. Cara, places on the balcony are normally reserved for working members of the royal family. Are the Sussexes going to get their way and get on that balcony for this once-in-a-lifetime event?
Hi, Rita. Yeah, so the couple are apparently holding out to accept their invitation to the coronation until their wishes are granted. All celebrities and stars have a rider. Meghan and Harry are obviously no different. They want their children to be in attendance. The children have obviously just been publicly named as Princess Lilibet and Prince Archie, and they want to be on the balcony, which is in royal protocol reserved strictly for working members of the royal family. I think I've got a pretty unpopular opinion on this one. I mean, up until now, Meghan and Harry have failed to recognise completely that being non-working members of the royal family means that they don't get the pomp and pageantry and privilege that comes with being working ones. And why would that change now? I think we're overestimating the fact that these are good people. I mean, they're incredibly entitled. They have a lot of demands, but also I think the issue is that a lot of their demands are actually being met, like being given titles for their children, like having a place to stay when they come back to Britain, as if these royal palaces can just be handed out like an Airbnb. They've been slandering the royal family. They've been slandering the royal family for 3 years now. This entitled, horrible behaviour is nothing new. And in all honesty, I think the royal family, particularly the king, have been too soft. So who knows if they'll get their way now. I think the ball is in their court.
I think you're 100% right. I don't think that is an unpopular opinion at all. I think it's actually very much the sensible one, because you teach people how to treat you, and this couple have spent the last few years attacking the royal family, have caused enormous damage, and yet they seem to get rewards for that, not just financial rewards with Netflix and other commercial outlets, but also from the royal family making all these concessions. It seems like they're going to keep doing what they've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, it seems like the only reason that they would want to come to these events seems as they hate the institution so much. Remember that this is an institution that nearly drove Meghan to suicide, apparently. And the fact that they want to go, to me, it seems like they want more fodder for their novels and memoirs and Netflix documentaries. So if I were the royal family, the smart thing to do is just totally cut these people off. Charles kind of did it in the beginning in his first speech as king. He made very clear, he said he hopes that Meghan and Harry have a great life in America, and kind of separated himself from them. But since then, all we've seen is them kind of bowing down to their demands, which I think it is just creating a situation where Meghan and Harry are feeling more and more entitled as we go.
And they need that connection to the royal family for their brand. It's pretty much all they've got to offer. So I think it's pretty foolish from the royals because they are just giving them incentive to behave in this manner over and over again. Now, I was interested to see Succession actor Brian Cox, the star of Succession. He had a go at Meghan Markle, saying the obvious, I would have thought. He said that she knew what she was getting into when she married Prince Harry. And he also said there's an ambition there, clearly, as well. Interesting analysis there from someone who's certainly no royalist. I think he wants to get rid of the royal family himself. What do you make of that? It's just another sign of the A-list coming out against them. Last week or the week before, we had Chris Rock being fairly pointed in his commentary about Harry and Meghan, and now Brian Cox.
Yeah, well, I think Brian Cox was right on the money. He said that, like you just said, Meghan clearly had an ambition when she married Prince Harry. But not only that, he said that she sees herself as a fairy tale princess marrying her prince. I mean, we absolutely know this to be true. She constantly in interviews refers to herself as a real life princess, which I don't think anybody else thinks she is. But she's also used anecdotes, most famously in her bombshell interview with Oprah. She described herself as the Little Mermaid. It is interesting, though, that Cox is an anti-monarchist, but I don't think it's that shocking, because what anti-monarchists and pro-monarchists have in common is nothing but respect and admiration for the Queen, which Brian Cox has said himself. This is an overarching theme when you speak to people on both sides of the way, that regardless of what they think about the royal family, the Queen deserves nothing but respect. And Meghan fundamentally disrespected the Queen. So although he doesn't support the institution, his criticism definitely does make sense.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that is behind a lot of the ill feeling towards Harry and Meghan is the fact that they brought so much stress to the Queen in her final years. She was dealing with the fires they were setting all over the place instead of enjoying her family. Now, all the information you just mentioned about what Meghan has been saying in interviews, but we've also got what she has in old blog posts where she seemed to be quite fixated on the royal family. I mean, we hear now that she was completely naive about this family, had no idea who they were, no idea what it all meant, the magnitude of it. But then that goes against what some of her former friends have said, and also these blog posts.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just idiotic to claim that you don't know anything about the royal family. And the British royal family is arguably the biggest global brand in the world. There's so much information that you can find of how she loved Diana and the Queen, and how she was friends with people that had certain links to the royals, how she was friends of friends with Eugenie and even Harry. There's links to his Eton friends. So yeah, I mean, not the smartest trick in the book, is it, to have all of these blog posts? But I think that the TIG is coming back, so maybe there'll be more.
Oh, well, what could she possibly be blogging about now? Could it be like a lifestyle blog, like Gwyneth Paltrow's? Maybe she can sell candles.
Yeah, well, I think there's only so much tottering around in your Californian mansion you can do. Apparently, Meghan is bringing back her blog. She obviously needed to find some kind of hobby that she's realised that talking badly about the royal family only gets you so far. But it's interesting that a lifestyle blog and kind of wellness regimes and face creams and candles, it kind of goes head to head with her diehard commitment to women's causes as the diehard feminist that she is. There was a great piece today written in the Telegraph about, is another beauty site really what women need? I mean, the ironic thing is that Meghan Markle had every chance to be a great, great role model for women. She had the chance for real power, and instead she gave that up and is now deciding to blog about candles and wellness and apparently relationship advice, which is hilarious, since that she's ostracized her entire family and arguably managed to ostracize her husband from his family as well.